%100.000'e yakın İstanbulluya zulme karşı duruşu. İsrail'in Filistin'de katlettiği mazlumların.
Ya İsrail, sen buralara nasıl geldin? Nasıl girdin? Sen bir işgalcisin. Sen bir örgütsün. Dolayısıyla Türk milleti...
All right. So this is prophetic what is going on right now. One second, I'm going to read this real quick. So this going back into Ezekiel chapter 38. So-called Turkey, right, which would be Gomer, right, is condemning. They're siding with, you know what I'm saying, the so-called Palestinians, right? So check this out. It's heavy right now. This is a prophetic time. Then you got so much commotion, so many things going on in the so-called Middle East, right? And it's formulating World War III. Check this out.
Bunu biliyor. İsrail, nasıl girdin? Sen bir işgalcisin.
It says you're an occupier. You're an organization. The Turkish people know this, all right?
Sen bir örgütsün. Dolayısıyla Türk milleti bunu biliyor. İsrail, biz de...
It said, Israel, we will declare you as a war criminal to the world.
Seni savaş suçlusu olarak dünyaya ilan edeceğiz. Gazze'de savunma değil, açık ve alçak bir katliam yürütülmek.
It says what is being done in Gaza is not defense, but an open and despicable massacre.
Gazze halkının sergilediği vakur, kararlı ve inançlı duruş, tarihe şanlı bir direniş destanı olarak yazılacaktır.
All right, so let's get straight into this lesson. Give me 1 second. All right, right here at the top, right towards the bottom at the top where you see these other videos, it said Israel pulls diplomats from Turkey, right? So there you go. So they're in support of Hamas, right? So give me 1 second. All right, so let me get into this first scripture. Going back in Ezekiel 38, right? It says, let me jump down to 6. Ezekiel 38 and 6, it says Gomer and all his bands. So Gomer is modern day Turkey. The house of Togomar, it says of the north quarters and all his bands, which means military, army, and many people with these. So this thing is being set up, right, for World War III. It's coming, right? The formulation is here. You have, if you go to Ezekiel 38 and 5, the so-called Persians would be the modern day Iranians, so-called. The Ethiopians, right, which would be Ethiopians in Libya, the country of Libya, right? So you got all these countries, these so-called Arab countries making an alliance, right? And Russia is going to aid in destroying Israel, right, and destroying Babylon the Great. It's all prophetic. Let's go here. And I was watching Redacted. It's a lot of stuff, man. It's like, I was like, it's too much to cover. Redacted was going into, they had one of these guys that knew, right here, I guess he had I don't know if he was in the military, but he had a military understanding about what's going on over there, you know, in a geographical understanding and a military understanding, right? But he was going into how everything is shaping up for World War III, and then you starting to hear these words come out their mouth. World War III is being in there. It's everything is prophetic going on right now, right? It's Matthew 24 and 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. That's what we seeing right now. We're hearing of wars, right, and rumors of wars. So you have these rumors of wars like North Korea and South Korea conflict in Taiwan, right? A lot of geopolitical things going on right now. You got the Ukraine situation when they're actually in a war, and you got these proxy wars, right, which would be something like provocations, right? It's a lot of stuff going on right now. But what's going on as well is these so-called Arab countries are making an alliance, right, to come against the fake so-called Jews, right? Esau, Edom, the house of Amalek that's in that land of Israel, right? It says, see that ye be not troubled, Salakia, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we still have to MOTB that's coming as well. So, but we're at the end of everything, right? It says 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famines and pestilence and earthquakes. That's why you're seeing an uptick of all these things, right? It seems like it's a major earthquake every month now. It says in diverse places. It says 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So we in that time frame, right? It's complete chaos coming on this earth, right? It's going to escalate, right? And that's what's going to catch these people off guard. They're going to be snared. I was watching another video, right? I think I'm going to play it. But he was just going into the mentality of you docile Americans. They worried about the next football game. They're worried about celebrity gossip. They're worried about the next meal they're going to eat, their next vacation. They're not considering that we're at the end, right? The people is in a state of folly, in a state of being, thinking America going to be here forever. And that's a part of this snare. That's why the Messiah said he comes like a thief in the night. What does that mean? Prophecy is going to catch these people off guard because they're in the days of Noah's spirit, eating, drinking, living a normal life, right? Like ain't nothing going on, right? Now, then shall they deliver you to be afflicted and kill you. So persecution is coming as well, right? And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, right? So they're going to show you that Christianity is not in harmony with these scriptures, right? That's why when we come with this pure doctrine, right, taught correctly and directly, we get so much resistance. We get so much hate, right? And most of this hatred is coming from our own people, right? But we're going to be hated. But the Christian church is not hated. It's love. It's adored, right? All right, let's go here. Let's keep reading. 10. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. All right, you got all these things going on right now. 11, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. You hear this? So it's going to be many false prophets, right, from different genres, right, to deceive our people. And most of our people are going to get snared because if you're not of the elect of the nation of Israel, you're going to fall for it, right, whether it be one extreme to the next. It says 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. That's what we're seeing as well. People really don't give a F no more. 13, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So this is a thing of endurance, right? All right. So let me go to this second video. 1 second. All right, check this out. This is redacted. You brothers can go subscribe, all right, to this channel. A lot of valuable information that they bring out, right? And you get the meat, spit the bones out, right? Anything that we bring out, you have to know how to sort through it, right? Because Jacob gets simple-minded and think that, he's to listen to everything. You get the meat and spit the bones out. Any situation, anything, any information, right? All right, check this out.
Israel says it's bombed Hezbollah targets in Lebanon, the U.S. launching airstrikes in Syria, and Turkey says they're about to declare war on Israel if this further incursion continues. Are we heading for a regional war, or are we already in it? Let's ask former UN weapons inspector Scott Ritter, who's watching this very, very closely and not getting a lot of sleep these days. Scott, welcome back to...
All right, Salaki, he's a ex-UN inspector. So, as he said, so that's Gomer, right, that's making an alliance with this World War III. They're going to side, right, with Russia and Iran, which would be the modern-day Persians. All right, let's get back into this.
The show.
Thanks for having me.
So are we heading for a regional war? It seems with Turkey's declaration that they would be willing to declare war on Israel, the United States launching airstrikes in Syria and Iraq, that maybe we're already there?
Well, we're definitely in a broader conflict than simply an Israeli-Hamas conflict. I think what we're seeing right now is if you view the Middle East as this giant pressure cooker, what Israel and Hamas are doing right now is just they're generating a lot of heat. There's a lot of pressure going up. So I think what we're seeing is pressure relief valves taking place. I mean, there's going to be violence in other areas related to this. The question is, can that violence be controlled so that it doesn't burst out of control? What we see in, for instance, in Lebanon between Israel and Hezbollah is a deliberate cycle of limited violence where both sides...
All right, let me show you something real quick before he get deep into this. Give me 1 second. So this a map of Israel, that area, that region. So if you're looking at the very top, you have Lebanon, right? And that's with Hezbollah right here at the top. That's what, Hezbollah is gonna, it's a shelling right there, more than likely gonna attack Israel from the what I'm saying, from the top right here. So it'd be north of Israel, so-called Israel, right? And you have right there the West Bank right here, as you can see in the middle. That'd be the so-called Palestinians, right? And then to the left, right, going towards Egypt would be Gaza. So knowing this stuff on the map is very important to understand, so you can understand what's going on. So, and you got Syria, right, that's in the mix as well, right? So what I see happening in the near future, you know what I'm saying, and I'm just speaking as a man, right? This is not in the scriptures, but eventually World War III is going to happen. But what I see is these countries going to eventually start to come together, right, and start to surround, the fake Jews, right? And then you talking about a whole bigger conflict, because in America gonna get involved in it as well, and that's gonna cause Russia to get involved, right? Then you got World War III, and then it's gonna eventually go nuclear, right? Right. So it's a lot of different moving parts right now, but everything is shaping into World War III, right? And you got the Book of Jeremiah. I'm probably not gonna have time to get into it, but maybe in my next lesson I get into the Book of Jeremiah, going into the least of the flock. All right, it's gonna bring out America, right? Which would be Israel, right? They're going to pull America inside of this. We'll see how the Most High set it all up, but we see the play, right? You should see the play. Now, whether this subsides and dies down, right? But everything is already in too deep, right? Right. So Israel has started to invade into Gaza. So they got tanks. If I'm not mistaken, they got tanks that has penetrated Gaza. So, and they steady bombing the so-called Palestinians there, so that's going to lead to a bigger conflict. Let me get back into this video. 1 second.
Cycle of limited violence, where both sides, where Hezbollah has a need to strike. They have to politically, but they don't want this to turn into a general war. So Hezbollah strikes, Israel retaliates, but the Israeli retaliation is limited in scope. So you have this slow escalation. The same thing in what's taking place in Iraq and Syria. These militias are going to attack America. There's no doubt about it. The question now is, what is America going to do? If America overreacts, you have the danger of bringing in Iran. If America overreacts in Syria, you bring in Syria. So we're looking at basically conflicts designed to relieve pressure, but you can only do that so much. If Gaza continues to heat up and generate more pressure than the relief valves can release, then you're going to have a general war. And it's a very dangerous situation right now.
Is Israel doing the right thing for themselves? I mean, in their brains, thinking about the protection of Israel. Is this basically leading to the destruction of Israel, I guess is what I'm asking, by this massive incursion into Gaza, whatever unfolds and is unfolding in the West Bank, the massive PR campaign that, of course, Israel has spent years really promoting, birthright, come back to Israel, move back to Israel.
You see that's all a lie. So these, Ezekiel 36:5 explains that Esau, Edom is in that land, right? Amalek, right? You got different other tribes of Esau, Edom, and you got the other heathen nations, and you have a few Israelites scattered inside of that. But the true people in that land are Edomites that's in control, right? That's posing as us, that's calling themselves Jewish. Them facts. And I'm going to be doing lessons to expose more of this, right? But I just wanted to kind of give you this information, right? But it's going down, right? It's going down in the so-called Middle East, right? And a lot of major moves are coming, right? And we just doing this to warn our people, right? Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Call Hala Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahushua, Ba Hashem, Rakak Wadash. Shalom.